Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody, let's take a look at the euro currency again. So this is as usual the daily time frame, and the new week is ready to start. Well, in the beginning of this research I strongly recommend you to visit our forum and read long-term analysis as weekly and monthly, since the major events and major action now is developing on the higher time frames, and in fact they are the foundation for other price action on the lower time frames as daily as intraday charts. Well, as we have specified on Friday, when the retracement comes on any time frame and it has shown the first leg, the major question that appears is, will it turn to some kind of the ABCD retracement, or that will be just a single leg retracement and continuation to the downside. And current situation stands so that market really has risen as for the upward continuation as for a downward continuation. That's why in the beginning of the week, particularly on Monday, we have to be extra careful for the price action around significant sentiment points, and should be extra careful with pivot points and trend direction on the intraday time frames. Our directional pattern that we have discussed on Friday, the stretch, the combination of level of overbought, hitting of the overbought around significant area of resistance, usually tends to retracement, and the minimum target of this retracement is the negating of level of overbought. This market tends and wants to exit from this pressure, from the overbought condition. That could be done by shallow retracement at minimum to the medium level between the bands of the overbought and the oversold. So that has happened. Now market stands not at overbought, and it doesn't feel any pressure anymore from this condition. We have the bullish trend on the daily time frame, and we have now no directional bearish patterns. So our context formally and theoretically should be to the upside. If market will show this move as the ABCD pattern to the upside, we see two different targets. The first target, as you can see, the agreement with the confluence resistance, the 618 extension of that pattern, A, B, C bottom, confluence support. Also, that is significant levels as were during the previous week. That is the monthly pivot point that hasn't been tested yet, is 126.61 area, and weekly pivot resistance 1. Level of overbought probably will not stay here, since this is the dynamic parameter and it will drift higher. So market will not be at overbought here, but still this is a rather significant area of resistance, since market, we could say, even hasn't touched it yet. Next area, next target of this potential move is the 100% extension. It's 127.75 area, that ABCD pattern, and the ultimate target stands right here. It's around 130 area, and if you will read our weekly analysis, you will understand why this is so significant and why this area could becomes really very significant in the medium term perspective. But since this is the daily video research, the first question and the primary question that we have to answer is what to look for to understand on Monday the intention of the market. To continue move to the upside or to not, or market will be tend to move to the downside. And first levels that could help us here are pivot points. On the 4-hour time frame, we see this plunge to the downside by this butterfly price action, hitting of the levels that we have just discussed, and so on. And market will open right around the pivot point of the common weeks, 125 or 9. Since this price action could be treated as just as a retracement inside of the upward daily bull trend, inside of that move. And we know that when market retraces on some bullish trend, the weekly pivot support 1 should hold this price action if this is just a retracement. Also take a look that weekly pivot support 1 stands close to the 618 major support of that swing to the upside. It's 124.16 area. That is also significant. Although moving below the weekly pivot point already will be not very welcome for the bulls, and it will shift the short-term sentiment on the bearish side, but the major level to watch for is the weekly pivot support 1 and the 618 support. So if market, for instance, will hold there and continue move to the upside, this will give us some hope that the upward retracement, ABCD retracement, deeper retracement on the daily time frame still could happen. If market will break this level and will hold below the weekly pivot support 1, then the probability of upward continuation on the daily time frame will become significantly lower. If market will move above the weekly pivot point and will hold there and start move to the upside, this will be much better for the bulls and will give more confidence with this potential move to the upside. Also take a look at that on the 4-hour time frame trend holds bearish. It tells that some deeper retracement could be maybe some kind of the ABCD move to the downside that could create an agreement with this level. This will be much better and give us more confidence with the hope of support here, that market will find support here and could turn to the upside. But anyway, since trend holds bearish, it tells that probably some deeper retracement could happen. On the hourly time frame, we see another help, and that help could come from this potential head and shoulders pattern. Well, my experience tells that on the hourly time frame on the euro currency, head and shoulders patterns, especially a reverse head and shoulders, fails as often as it works. Even I could say that even maybe oftener. From that perspective, this pattern could give us real help. Take a look that the head stands precisely at 1618 extension of the left shoulder. That is very typical for the head and shoulders. Also, we have this hidden bullish divergence with the MACD indicator. So, how situation could develop here? First of all, we should keep an eye on this 125.50 area, since this is the destination for the right shoulder. If market will break it to the upside, this will be the first sign that this pattern could fail and market is ready to continue move to the upside. This will be the first confirmation from the hour time frame that's probably move to the upside could continue. If market will still form the head and shoulders pattern and continue move to the downside, the next trap for the bears will be right here. Since this is strong support, 618 support of the whole swing to the upside, that creates some kind of the agreement with the weekly pivot support 1, and also this could become an agreement with that A, B, C top, D pattern of the head and shoulders pattern. So head and shoulders pattern could fail here and form Jordan-Napoli directional head and shoulders failure, and this also could lead to the upward reversal. Only the breakout of this level, shifting hourly trend to the bearish side and continuation move to the downside, as we said on the 4-hour time frame, will indicate that probably downward direction will prevail and market will fail to show some deeper ABCD move to the upside. So if market will fail the head and shoulders pattern and turn the 4-hour time frame on the bullish side, in this case we will have all trends on the bullish side, we will have market above the weekly pivot point, and we will have the hourly head and shoulders failure pattern. That will be, I suppose, significant event for taking the long position on the market with expecting moving higher.